Colombia is a country full of color, music, unique food and also beautiful girls. If you are ready, let's start the video and discover this country. History. Archaeologists think the first people to arrive in Colombia came about 20,000 years ago. Some 8,000 years after that, settlers in the Magdalena Valley in the western part of the country grew into a civilization called the Chibcha. From the Chibcha arose the Muisca, an advanced culture that became the dominant power in Colombia by AD 700. Spanish explorers arrived in Colombia in 1500 but didn't establish a settlement until 1525. These settlers were obsessed with finding gold and other valuables, and by 1538 they had conquered the Muisca and stolen all their gold and jewels. Colombia remained under Spanish rule for nearly 250 years. By the late 1700s, people in Colombia had grown tired of Spanish rule. In 1811, the city of Cartagena declared independence and Bogotá soon followed. Spanish soldiers tried to reclaim control in 1815, but Colombian forces led by the famed Venezuelan general Simón Bolívar defeated the Spanish in 1819. After independence, Colombia became part of a large country called New Granada. This country fell apart by 1835 and Colombia became a separate nation. Fights soon broke out between political groups over who would lead the country. Since then, Colombia has had several civil wars and relatively few times of peace. People. Colombia's people are as varied as its landscape. Most citizens are descended from three ethnic groups: Indians, African people brought to Colombia to work as slaves, and European settlers. This rich cultural mix makes the country's foods, music, dance, and art diverse and unique. Government and economy. Colombia has a long history of democracy. Like the United States, the country is run by a president who is elected every 4 years. Laws are made by a House of Representatives and a Senate. Colombia's biggest trading partner is the United States, which buys 40% of the country's exports. Colombia sends a variety of items overseas, including coffee, bananas, oil, coal, gold, platinum, and emeralds. One of Colombia's worst exports, though, is illegal drugs. With help from the United States, the Colombian government is carrying out Plan Colombia, a costly and wide-ranging effort to rid the country of the gangs, called cartels, that produce illegal drugs for sale around the world. What should I know before visiting Colombia? Things you need to know before you travel to Colombia. Number 1. It's Colombia, not Colombia. Number 2. Ask locals where to go and where not to. They know best. Order secure taxis, especially in Bogotá and Medellin, via apps like Tapsi, Uber, or Easy Taxi. Really helpful. Number 3. Colombians. They are very friendly, extremely welcoming and open. They will invite you instantly to their home, cook for you, ask about you, and invite for beers and dancing. Return the favor and don't reject such an invitation. It's considered quite rude. At the same time, if someone invites you to their finchas in San Andres, just double check that they actually mean it. Sometimes the mi casa es su casa thing takes over. Number 4. A yes is sometimes not a yes. Colombians are always positive and in for everything. At least they seem to. Be aware that Colombians are extremely polite and avoid saying directly no or rejecting something for different reasons. Learn to read the reaction. If they say yes but no action follows, don't commit to it, or things get postponed, it's most likely a no. Number 5. Bogotá is huge and has a traffic problem. North to south takes 3 or more hours. Calculate the right time when meeting someone and be aware that the Transmilenio on rush hour might be too packed to take. Number 6. Medellin. From Bogotá to Medellin is best by plane, or if you have time, even by bus. Overland buses are really a great option in Colombia. They drive overnight, have very comfortable seats, almost beds, air condition and TV, and are very cheap. Medellin itself has a great and very modern metro system. Number 7. Be ready to negotiate. Basically, it's as well part of the culture wherever you go. Don't do it in good restaurants or in proper fashion malls though. Do it in markets, sometimes taxis and little art shops. Number 8. Drugs are not legal and Pablo Escobar is not a hero. Don't discuss it and insult people with these stereotypes. Number 9. Drink tinto. Unlike other Spanish-speaking countries, a tinto in Colombia is a coffee which they drink several times a day. Tinto is mostly a black coffee with a bit of sugar or panela. Colombians can easily drink it every second hour. What is life like in Colombia? Most people in Colombia live in cities, and most people in cities and large and medium-sized towns have running water, electricity, wired telephone and internet lines, cell phone coverage. Kids have access to education. This also includes many smaller towns and most populated rural areas, although wired communications and cell phone coverage might be lacking. Living conditions for upper classes are similar to living conditions for upper classes in most developed and developing countries. If your family earns 5 million pesos a month, USD 20,000 a year, you are probably middle class, and probably half of your salary goes to pay your kids a private school. Lower classes have it much harder compared to their similar in developed nations, and there are too many people below poverty line, and too many below extreme poverty line. For them, living conditions are not good at all. Is it safe to travel alone as a female in Colombia? Of course it's safe to travel alone as a female in Colombia, just like it's safe to walk down a dark alley in a big city at 3 a.m. with a wad of cash hanging out of your back pocket. Sure, bad things can happen anywhere, but let's not let fear dictate our lives. Colombia has come a long way since its tumultuous past, and while it's always important to stay aware of your surroundings and take precautions, there's no reason why a solo female traveler can't have an incredible, safe experience in this beautiful country. The people of Colombia are some of the warmest and most hospitable you'll ever meet, and there are plenty of resources and communities available to support and empower female travelers. So, instead of asking if it's safe to travel alone as a female in Colombia, why not ask how you can make the most of your solo adventure in this vibrant, culturally rich country? Embrace the excitement, respect the culture, and don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. What does a person who went to Colombia say about the girls there? He says, "It was my first trip to Barranquilla, and I was very surprised by the beauty of Castilian girls. Girls who were TV stars, beauty queens, etc. in America. They were cleaning the toilets here at the airport. They washed the stairs, they were waiters, whatever you think. In fact, they just had a normal life. You find the most beautiful mix of races in general throughout Colombia. Both men and women are very handsome." You might say, how can I meet women from Colombia? For a foreigner, finding a good girl will not be difficult. But if you want a serious relationship, please don't look for a woman in a disco. These girls kind of have a bad reputation. Medellin is a big city and full of culture, and several people from different cities in Colombia. Better if you have friends there. Keep a low profile and avoid certain places in the commune. This is no place for anyone from another country, unless you're looking for drugs and a bullet in your head. When visiting Colombia, there are several delicious and iconic foods that you should definitely try to get a taste of the local cuisine. Arepas. Arepas are a staple in Colombian cuisine. These are round flatbreads made from cornmeal or flour, which are either grilled, baked, or fried. Arepas can be filled with a variety of ingredients such as cheese, meat, eggs, or avocado. Bandeja paisa. This is a traditional Colombian dish that is a hearty platter consisting of rice, beans, ground meat, chicharrón, fried pork belly, fried plantain, arepa, avocado, and a fried egg on top. It's a filling and delicious meal. Empanadas. Colombian empanadas are a popular street food made of cornmeal dough filled with a variety of ingredients such as meat, cheese, or potatoes. They are deep fried to crispy perfection and are often served with ají sauce for dipping. Sancocho. This is a traditional Colombian soup that is hearty and flavorful. It typically contains a variety of meats such as chicken, beef, or pork, along with starchy vegetables like plantains, yuca, and potatoes. It's a comforting and satisfying dish. Lechona. Lechona is a traditional dish from the Tolima region of Colombia. It consists of a whole roasted pig, stuffed with a mixture of rice, peas, and spices. The result is a flavorful and tender dish that is often served at special occasions and celebrations. What are the best attractions in Colombia? Cocora Valley. The Cocora Valley is a stunning valley located in the central cordillera of the Andean Mountains in Colombia. Image of Cocora Valley, Colombia. Its name, Cocora, comes from a Quimbayan princess and means star of water. The valley is part of Los Nevados National Natural Park, which was established in 1985. The Cocora Valley is most famous for being home to the Quindío wax palm, Colombia's national tree. These majestic trees can grow up to 197 feet tall and create a truly awe-inspiring landscape. The valley is also home to a wide variety of other flora and fauna, some of which are endangered. The Cocora Valley is a popular tourist destination, and for good reason. Visitors can enjoy a variety of activities in the valley, including hiking, camping, bird watching, mountain biking, horse riding, rafting, and scenic flights. There are also several local restaurants that specialize in cooking locally farmed freshwater trout. Ciudad Perdida. Ciudad Perdida remained hidden for centuries, only rediscovered by guaqueros, looters, in 1972 and officially announced to the world in 1976. The Tayuna people, believed to be descendants of the Tairona, still inhabit the region and have played an important role in protecting the site. Today, Ciudad Perdida is a popular tourist destination, accessible only by a multi-day trek through the jungle. The city is believed to have been an important center for the Tairona culture, with a complex network of terraces, plazas, and circular stone houses. The architecture of Ciudad Perdida is unlike anything else found in Colombia, and its survival in the harsh jungle environment is a testament to the ingenuity of the Tairona people. Tatacoa Desert. The Tatacoa Desert, also known as the Valley of Sorrows, is a unique and otherworldly landscape located in Colombia. It's not quite a true desert, but rather a dry, tropical forest. The desert is famed for its eroded red and gray canyons, which were created by wind and rain. The Tatacoa Desert is the second largest arid zone in Colombia, after the Guajira Peninsula. It covers more than 330 square kilometers and is located north of the Huila department, 38 kilometers from the city of Neiva and 15 kilometers from Natagaima in Tolima. The desert's name, Tatacoa, comes from the indigenous word for rattlesnake, which were once plentiful in the region. Despite its arid appearance, the Tatacoa is home to a surprising amount of plant and animal life, including cacti, goats, and birds.